strongest fighters. They sealed me inside the mystic ice coffin. They wanted to refine me until my soul was destroyed. Because in everyone's eyes, I am the most evil being in the world. Facing this certain death, I just smiled. What joy is there in life? What fear is there in death? I have finished my life's mission. I have no regrets. Meanwhile, on Supreme Mountain, everyone was about to cast their spells to start the grand array. Suddenly, a biting cold mist rose up. It floated above the mystic ice coffin. This sudden change made the cultivators from all sects tense up. They quickly pulled out their magic weapons and stood ready. Just then, a stunning woman stepped forward. Her graceful figure stood out. She had a cold aura like ancient ice. No one dared to step within 10 feet of her. She gave a soft cough. Blinding golden light shot from her eyes. Not a single cultivator dared to look at her. Her name was Jiang Qing. Her supreme power made her the lord of the human realm. Fewer than 5 people in the whole mystic realm could match her. Her golden fiery eyes were top-tier divine artifacts. She and the 5 realm supreme inside the coffin were childhood sweethearts. They rose to power quickly in their youth. They became the strongest beings in the world. But in the end, they turned against each other. The supreme went to the demon realm, while Jiang Qing became the lord of the human realm. Jiang Qing looked at the ice coffin and spoke. The mystic ice coffin is a divine object. It will create cosmic signs when refining. In 7 days, the person inside will be completely refined. During this time, his life memories will turn into images. They will be shown across the god, human, and demon realms. We will all see the sins this demon committed in his life. Right after Jiang Qing spoke, the mist from the coffin formed a giant screen in the sky. Everyone looked up. A handsome young boy appeared on the screen. He was relaxing under an ash tree. A cute baby girl was sleeping in a cradle next to him. The crowd froze. This was the supreme Yehao in his youth. Then a gentle man appeared on screen. He walked over to Yehao with a smile. "That's my father." Jiang Qing's icy eyes twitched slightly, but she quickly went back to normal. She had cultivated for 1,000 years. She had long let go of mortal feelings. On screen, Father Jiang looked fondly at Yehao. "When little Qing grows up, I'll let her be your wife. She's so ugly and you want her to be my wife? Keep her and raise her yourself." These words made everyone on Supreme Mountain look at each other. The future lord of the human realm, the stunning ice goddess, was actually called ugly as a kid. While the crowd was eagerly watching, things suddenly changed. Over a dozen killers broke into the town. They started a massacre without any reason. Father Jiang panicked and shoved little Qing into Yehao's arms. He pushed them into the cellar. He told Yehao not to come out no matter what. But right after stepping out, Father Jiang was slashed down by a shadow. The black shadow didn't stop. He darted into the house and looked at the empty room. Finding nothing, he turned and left. Hiding in the cellar, Yehao tightly covered Jiang Qing's mouth. He didn't dare make a single sound, but his body was trembling non-stop. Suddenly, a group of people on Supreme Mountain burst into laughter. Who would have thought the arrogant demon was almost killed by regular mortals as a child? Someone even sighed. If the Supreme had died by their hands back then, all the future bloodshed would have been avoided. These words struck a chord. Even Jiang Qing nodded slightly in agreement. Thinking of the cruel torture she faced later, she thought dying there with Yehao might have been a better ending. On screen, after the men in black left, Yehao brought Jiang Qing out of the cellar. Everyone suspected he would dump her the next second. But instead, he held her tightly. He stumbled as he ran outside, watching the trembling Yehao still protecting her on screen. Jiang Qing frowned. She had completely forgotten these memories. But this scene touched her a little. After all, an underage kid carrying a baby. Anyone could guess what they would face next. Just then, Zhou Manman walked up beside Jiang Qing. "Lord Jiang, are you sure about this? The Supreme might have cared for you back then, but later he dug out your double pupils with his own hands. He even ripped out your supreme bone. He even put you in raging flames to refine you for 81 days. If it wasn't for your insane talent awakening the golden fiery eyes, you would have been burned to ashes long ago." Hearing Zhou Manman's words, the crowd was shocked. This was an absolute top secret. Jiang Qing frowned again. Her beautiful face was covered in frost once more. No matter what he did in his childhood, it couldn't make up for his later cruelty. Seeing Jiang Qing regain her composure, Zhou Manman looked at Yehao in the coffin with satisfaction. Her eyes were full of hatred and resentment. Deep in her memories, the damage Yehao had done to her was worse than 10 Jiang Qing's combined. "You've finally fallen into my hands. I will make you pay back your debts over the years bit by bit." Then the screen shifted again. Little Yehao ran all the way from the town to the forest. He didn't stop until his energy was completely drained. But as soon as he sat down to rest, a hungry wolf appeared right in front of them. Without warning, it pounced at the baby in his arms. The terrified Yehao suddenly did something no one expected. He used his skinny arm to shield his sister. The wolf viciously tore off a massive chunk of his flesh. This left the crowd speechless. In this situation, Yehao could have just dumped Jiang Qing and escaped alone, but he instinctively chose to protect his sister. Jiang Qing stared intensely at the screen. Her forgotten memories seemed to reboot in her mind as the images played. Amidst little Qing crying, Yehao turned into a wild beast. He wrestled with the hungry wolf. One human and one wolf tore at each other desperately. The viewers were all top-tier fighters of the current age. They had fought countless brutal battles in their lives. But right now, this fight without any magic cultivation made their scalps tingle. Jiang Qingzhu, who had been silent, narrowed her eyes. She never thought Ye Hao would go this far for her. This scene shocked her to the core. Looking at Ye Hao on the screen, Jiang Qingsui couldn't help but sigh. If only people never changed, how great would that be? Another twist happened on screen. Just as Ye Hao was about to give out, a pair of terrifying deep blue eyes slowly opened in the void behind him. The fierce wolf was suddenly paralyzed. It didn't dare to move, completely suppressed by this bloodline aura. Those deep blue eyes in the void looked down like a king over all living things. The previously arrogant wolf was scared to death on the spot. The appearance of the double pupils horrified everyone present. How is this possible? The double pupils were the ultimate talent in the world. Once awakened, that person was a born supreme. But how could Ye Hao be the owner of these double pupils? Everyone in the 5 mystic realms knew.
Brutally ripped them out. But wait, why is Ye Hao the one awakening the dual pupils now? 2 people in the same era can never possess them. The crowd stared at the screen again. Ye Hao used up all his strength and passed out. A frail old man appeared nearby. He looked at the ruined battlefield in absolute shock. He quickly picked up Ye Hao and baby Qingsui, then walked away. When Ye Hao finally opened his eyes, he sat up instantly. He completely ignored his own massive injuries. "Where is my sister?" He was like a furious little beast roaring at the old man. Seeing Ye Hao's reaction, the old man wasn't mad. He just pointed a bony finger to the side. The baby was sleeping soundly right there. Seeing Qingsui was safe, Ye Hao finally relaxed. Once the boy calmed down, the old man spoke slowly. "I need someone to bury me when I die. You can stay, but I don't have much food. I can only feed one of you. Can you keep my sister? I'll leave." His absolute resolve stunned the old man. "This little girl is dying anyway. There's no point wasting food on her." "No way! Why is she burning up?" The old man just closed his eyes. Ye Hao looked at him, then down at the sleeping baby. The next second, he crawled over and slammed his head against the floor. With bloodshot eyes, he begged the old man to save his sister. The old man ignored him. Blood poured down Ye Hao's forehead. Seeing him act so lowly just to save her, the cultivators outside the screen fell dead silent. Jiang Qingsui stared at Ye Hao. Her fists were clenched tight inside her dress. Her face was stunning, but a dark rage now covered it. She never dreamed her brother would debase himself like this for her. His desperate begging hit her heart like a sledgehammer. Over and over, a deadly aura started leaking from her body. Qingsui glared at the old man on the screen. "This old bastard deserves to die." Her golden eyes could see through all illusions. She knew her baby self wasn't actually in danger. That damn old man was lying. Feeling her killing intent, the crowd panicked. A bad feeling washed over everyone. Back on screen, Ye Hao's words finally moved the old man. "If I can save her, are you willing to die?" The old man opened his cloudy eyes. Ye Hao didn't agree immediately. Instead, he hesitated. The old man's voice sped up. He even sounded a bit mocking. "You hesitated. Don't want to trade your life for hers?" The strange light in the old man's eyes faded. "I was just thinking. Who will take care of her after I'm dead?" That answer left the old man completely stunned. He stayed silent for a long time before speaking. "Sigh. A witch lives on this mountain. She can cure your sister, but her rule is simple. To save a life, she must take a life. If you want to make that trade, go." Ye Hao bowed deeply. He picked up the sleeping baby and walked toward the door. Just as he stepped out, the old man spoke again. "Kid, carrying dead weight is exhausting. Why don't you just leave her here? No one will blame you." Hearing this, Ye Hao didn't hesitate at all. He just left one sentence. "Life is so long, what does it matter if I carry her for a part of it?" Outside the screen, a single tear rolled down Qingsui's cheek. Watching her brother struggle to carry her, her heart ached terribly. "Stop walking, they're lying to you!" Qingsui screamed silently in her mind. The crowd almost forgot the Supreme Lord's future sins. Right now, they only saw a memory of a boy sacrificing everything for his sister. On screen, Ye Hao reached the back mountain. An ugly witch in a black robe appeared before them. Hearing why he came, she burst out laughing. She pulled a red and a black pill out of thin air. The black pill is instant death. The red pill cures any disease. Ye Hao forced his incomplete dual pupil power to inspect them. The red pill hit a deadly parasite. The black pill was totally pure. Suddenly, Ye Hao passed out from magic depletion. The witch flashed over to him. She looked terrified. That eye power had genuinely scared her. She reached out and peeled back his eyelid. The dual pupil stared right at her. With a scream of agony, she stumbled backward like she took a massive hit. "That aura! Those eyes! I was wrong! These are innate dual pupils!" She quickly shoved the red pill into Ye Hao's mouth. His body glowed red, rapidly healing his broken meridians. Then, she shoved the black pill into the baby's mouth. The baby's face instantly turned dark purple. In massive pain, little Qingsui started wailing. Her crying annoyed the witch, who raised her hand to kill the child. Suddenly, a voice from the abyss echoed behind her. "You have a death wish." Before she could react, a hand grabbed her neck and crushed it instantly. That ruthless kill made everyone outside gasp. This was the true, cold-blooded Supreme Lord. Ye Hao looked at his screaming sister. His eyes were full of guilt. Her crying grew weaker like she was slipping away. But Ye Hao just smiled sweetly. "Don't worry. As long as I'm here, you'll be fine. Just bear it a little longer, Qingsui. The pain will stop soon. From now on, you have to be my eyes." The next moment, Ye Hao drove his fingers straight into his own eyes. Blood gushed from his sockets, but he just clenched his teeth, not making a single sound. The crowd went crazy. To save his sister, this monster literally gouged out his own dual pupils. Who else in the world was this ruthless? No wonder the future Supreme Lord became so violent. He was terrifyingly brutal to himself, even as a kid. Qingsui coughed up a mouthful of blood. No wonder she didn't know how to use them. The dual pupils were never actually hers. What did her brother suffer for her? Remembering his words, "You have to be my eyes," she couldn't hold back anymore. Screaming for her brother, she threw herself at the ice coffin. The crowd panicked. Just then, a beautiful figure blocked her path. Venerable Jiang, are you asking to die? If you release him, I will kill you. It was the Demon King, Li Kaiwei. She flipped her wrist, summoning a glowing red whip. Demon Lord Zhou Manman also unleashed her aura. Space rippled. She teleported in front of Qingshui like a ghost. Take one more step and I'll fight you to the death. Her voice was soft but carried undeniable power. But Qingshui didn't care anymore. She teleported right past them toward the coffin. The two women scrambled to grab her, but the moment Qingshui touched the screen, a massive shock of pain hit them. All three women were blasted backward. The memories from the ice coffin were actually sharing physical pain. Qingshui's face was dead pale. Her heartbreaking voice echoed. Brother, how much pain did you swallow back then? How did you survive this as a mere mortal? Her sharp, tragic voice was the only sound left. She didn't understand. Why would a brother who loved her this much throw her into a cosmic furnace for 81 days in the future? The experts watched her in sheer terror. No one dared to step up. This was a battle between venerables. Mere mortals had no place in it. During the standoff, Wang Feng sneaked off and crushed a jade talisman. An ethereal voice dropped from the sky. Venerable Jiang, please calm yourself. The voice sounded like a holy chant. Qingshui's pain vanished instantly. She wiped her tears, her face turning dead serious. It was the Supreme Detachment Wanderer, Bai Ji, the most mysterious powerhouse in the profound heaven realm. There was a saying about him. Under the Supreme Lord, he is invincible. Against the Supreme Lord, he can force a tie.